Okay, here we are, Master Gardeners. I'm going to demo how to plant a tomato, some different ideas of how to do it. I don't recommend for you to be outside planting your tomatoes right now. It's still a little bit too cool. I recommend that you wait till May. But as a general rule, we wait till the soil remains 50 degrees and up. And that's the preference for a tomato. Optimum temperature for tomatoes to germinate in the garden is 85 degrees Fahrenheit, which is really warm. So we're going to try to get by with it here. I'm going to put some protective coats on it for the evening hours. But when you're purchasing your tomato, it doesn't matter if they're long and lanky. It doesn't matter at all, because what you're going to do is you're going to pinch off the foliage. And I've already taken off 3 sets of foliage coming down the stem here. I just grab them, pinch them, and pull them away. This one's in a peat pot. Usually we would tear the rim of this off, but I'm not going to do that because I'm going to be burying this tomato all the way up to here. The reason is there's adventitious roots that are going to come off of this stem and provide a nice healthy root system that's going to in turn give me good production and a good plant. I've already added organic matter to my soil. I'm not incorporating a lot of fertilizer at this point because I don't want it growing a lot. I think that planting it in a bent of a horizontal fashion, the soil is going to be a little warmer that way. So this is my preferred method. I lay my pot sideways. You need to remember which way your stems are laying if you're going to drive a stake in the ground. But I've buried 2/3 of it. The other end of it, I just bend it up a little bit, and there it is. I'm going to water him in. And I know I'm going to have a chilly night tonight, so I'm going to prepare on a method to keep him warm, and I'm going to use the influence of this water in these containers to help it stay warmer. So I'm going to surround it with 4 or 5 of these, however many it takes. And the influence of this, the water doesn't change temperature very quick, and that's going to keep my tomato plant a little warmer. In addition, tonight for a chilly night, I'm going to cover it with this old barrel. So I'm going to make sure that's on it tight. It has a couple air vents, and I want to keep the warm air in there. So I'm even going to throw an old ratty old towel on top to keep them warm tonight. Tomorrow morning at sunrise, I'm going to take this off, and I'm going to leave the water jugs there because they're going to warm up in the sunshine. So I'm going to leave them there. And then each day I'm going to put this on and take it off until I know my nights are 55 and up. And then I'll stop doing that process. Let me show you one more way to plant a tomato. Here's another one that we're going to pop out of a pot. Whammo! We pop it out. Usually you're teasing the roots off. I already pulled some of the foliage off of this one. Pop it off. Remember, we want 1/3 of the leaves on the top, and I take off everything that's the other 2/3 of the plant all the way down. I stripped off the foliage. Now I'm going to dig this one straight down in, which I think is perfect when you know the soil is nice and warm. But I'm going to dig him straight down in. Usually the tomatoes are 24 inches apart. I'm going to use this fence behind me for additional support for my tomato cages and my stakes and things I'm going to use. So I'm going to drop this one down in straight inside. Get him down in there nice and deep. Look how deep he is. See how deep down in? If it was warm, I'd be putting some fertilizer in this backfill, but I'm not going to bother with it now. And then I'm going to encircle him with some fresh soil. I'm going to water him in. And then let me show you another easy way to make your own little greenhouse for him. You can cut the top of a milk jug off. Cut the bottom. You're going to plant that right over top. And I'm going to leave that little greenhouse on him for the next 10 days until my nighttime temperatures are staying above that 55. I just cut the bottom off. I like to peel the labels off to try to encourage some sunshine in there. So during the day, that's what my tomato plant's going to look like. At night, I'm going to still do the same thing. I'm going to come in and cover him again. And I might even, if I wanted additional heat, I might add another towel. Now, another thing to remember when you've bought your tomatoes, you need to get them acclimated to even the breeze. So if you happen to start them in the house, you want to sit them out and get them adjusted to the gentle breeze and the direct sun. A couple hours the first day, 3 hours maybe the next day, 5-6 hours the next day. So a gradual acclimating to the temperatures and the air movement, because they're not used to that. So even if you buy it at a greenhouse, you still have to go through that acclimation process. Other than that, that's the most of the tips for getting your tomatoes starting in your garden. Remember, wait, if you want to, bury a thermometer out in your garden and see what the nighttime temperature is. Check it at sunrise and see if it's 55 and up. And then you can get started. Have fun with your tomatoes.